So let's talk about Resident Evil 6. If you just want to skip this entire video and just watch that 45 seconds, that's where the game belongs. Out of reach. So, I'm here to have an unbiased opinion on it. Basically, it's not worth $60, but I didn't pay $60, I paid $90, and that came with one, two, three DLC and a movie. Along with Resident Evil 6. Now, Resident Evil 6. It's an action game with almost no action at all. And I don't mean action as in, like a movie action, like Taken, the movie Taken, that kind of action, like boom explosions. Like there are plenty of that, but it's no like action. Like I'm gonna relate this a lot to Dead Space. There isn't a whole lot of action like Dead Space in it, even though it kind of is like Dead Space. Now, there are 4 campaigns, and basically, I don't have the right version of the back of the game disc thing, but apparently it says there are 4 campaigns. In this, it only talks about 3 campaigns. Yeah, Ada's campaign is so secret, they have it on the back of the fucking box. What were they thinking? I'm sorry. What were they thinking? That's like if Contra on the cartridge had the Konami code right on the box. That's how secret it is. Now, when I first played it, I did not know the difference between Carla and Ada. So basically, Carla, if you play, there's no major spoilers, just saying. If you play Resident Evil 6 Leon's campaign, I believe Chapter 2, you get to see a video, and it says "Happy Birthday Ada" on it, and basically, it's Simmons' interpretation of Ada coming out of like a C virus body thing, and it's Ada, but her name's Carla. I forget her last name, and Carla is fucked up in the head because of Simmons, and she thinks that she actually is Ada, and so she wears blue. She wears like a blue. Would I consider that a dress, maybe? But she wears like blue, and then she has like a scarf on her shoulder, and Ada is wearing red with a blue scarf around her neck like this tie. Ada is good, I think, for the most part, because she helps everyone out. Carla is evil, and basically, yeah, she dies. She gets shot. No spoilers. Now, some pros to this. There are 4 campaigns and a prequel. They all revolve around one story. I'll talk about that in a minute. Now, Leon in this game is basically the combination of what you would get if you crossed Batman's voice with the kid from Home Alone. Hey Elena, how you doing? Hey Elena, what's up? Elena, cover me. Elena! That's how I feel. Now, the online fucking sucks. Okay, there are about 6 million people who own the game, and if you're playing mid-game, no one will ever join you. This happened like I've played with online capabilities open, like through the entire campaign. Only 4 people join me, in and out. If you join like in mid game, it'll give you like a C at most because you didn't kill them all, or you had a low, too low of a completion time. Like it'll give you your partner like an hour, and you'll get like a half hour, and it'll say like completion time C, and then you'll get a bronze medal, and he'll get like an A. It's dumb. It is good that they have medals to increase the replay value, and they're actually kind of hard to get. There are agent hunt medals, there are mercenary medals, and there are campaign medals, and I believe there are 130 in all. Now, what I really like is the 4-player intersection level. There's always one part. Well, there's 3 to 4 times you'll intersect with another player's campaign. You know, obviously more for Ada. I think I haven't played hers yet because I have finished Chris's, because I hate Chris's campaign, to be quite honest. Oh, and the reason why is because I joined chapter 4 instead of chapter 3. Right, so I finished chapter 4. I was on 5. I left the 5, like the 5th chapter game. I didn't count my progress for the 4th chapter because I didn't do the 3rd one. But in the cutscenes, I have the 4th chapter cutscenes. Like, is that stupid or what? Like, what were they thinking? That game sucks ass. There are a whole lot of cons to this game. But what the developer said is that it's supposed to be moving on and changing. Like, changing for the entire series. It's no longer survival horror, which everyone's crying about. Like, oh, it's not survival horror anymore. Oh, it's shit. Here's what I have for cons. There are too many cheap one-hit kills, deaths. Okay? Like, Chapter 1 in Leon's campaign, the ambulance. If you're standing anywhere where the survivors were, you're done. Okay? You're done. Also the avalanche in Jake's campaign, and again in like chapter 2, Leon's campaign, the train. If you don't press the buttons, like A and X or X and square, you're done. Like, even if you're like you're not even gonna. It doesn't even look like. Sorry for stuttering. It doesn't even look like you're gonna hit the train. And then if you don't press the buttons, you're gonna die. Like, it magically teleports you to the middle of the rails, and you're gonna die. You're dead. And if you're in the middle of the train tracks, like both the train tracks, and you're in the middle, you're dead. I thought that was just dumb. It took me like a half hour just to realize I was gonna die if I was in the middle, even though it's on the tracks, and I'm not even near the tracks. So the hitbox is incredibly large for a train that's on the tracks. I thought that needs to be fixed. Like, it's just bad. There are too many things going on at once. Okay? See, if I'm in the last chapter of Leon's, don't worry, it's not bad. The hardest part about the chapter was the climbing. Okay? It took me a good solid 45 minutes to figure out how to climb, because it doesn't tell you how. Like, you press like L2 and R2 or LT and RT, right? But you hold one, and then you press the other and let go, and then you press that one and let go, like this, like pistons. I thought you would just press it like this, and it kept dropping me down, hurting me, so I had to keep restarting. And then when I kept going through it, there was like Ada was destroying like the boss. I won't mention names. The boss, and eventually he comes and chases you and tries to beat the crap out of you when you're climbing. And climbing is hard enough. Okay, like, I didn't have a problem with it in Jake's campaign, and I didn't have a problem with it in Chris's campaign. But climbing in Leon's campaign, that was just too hard for me. There were too many things going at once. Jake and Chris's don't do that. The camera angle, if there's a BOW, like in an intersecting level, it will just always just go to that. Like, if you're trying to like run away, it'll lock on to the BOW, which stands for bioorganic weapon. And basically, it's quite frankly pretty damn annoying. The camera angle sucks in general. There are a lot of cheap shots that you can't see because you can't turn, and it's pretty awkward. Like, you're moving, and then you look to your right, and you're not moving to your right. You just look to your right, like if you're running. It's strange. It's worse than Resident Evil 5's campaign. Not campaign. Camera angle. Now, the thing that made me incredibly angry was there are too many on-screen button prompts, like press RT to hit this enemy over the head and toss him backwards and throw him over the cliff. But there are no cutscene prompts. I was so prepared to press the buttons in a cutscene, and they didn't have any. They did that for 4 and 5. I was like, alright, I'm ready, I'm prepared, I'm mentally prepared. And they didn't have any. And you use the buttons to beat up people more than you would in 4 and 5. Like, what are you thinking? Again, this is an action game with very little action. Imagine a movie, but you're playing a movie, and the movie's like, it was given like a 2 on Rotten Tomatoes. Professional mode is way too easy. Okay? During an intersecting level, you get so much ammo, and then afterwards it just makes it all easier, and you just pretty much don't get hit, and you can just finish the campaign. Like, I finished Leon's campaign on professional before I finished Chris's on normal. It's too easy. Also, there is no gun store menu like in Resident Evil 5. You could buy guns in between levels. No, they don't have that. You can buy skill points in between chapters, and you can get infinite ammo. But it's like a skill. You can have 3 skills at once. You can have 3 guns with infinite ammo at once, and that's it. And other ones are like piercing bullets and critical hits and whatnot. Basically what you would upgrade with your gun. Or like medic, which makes it so your partner has tic tacs for you, so that you can get up and beat the crap out of people, which is incredibly overused. It just made professional mode so much easier on single player. Also, during intersecting level, if you happen to die, other people, they leave your game, and you have to restart. If you have a partner, they stay with you, obviously, because they're in your game. But you have to restart and do it again alone. Also, also with your partner, only the main characters get knives. Okay? Leon gets a knife and a pistol to start off with. Helena gets a pistol and a terrible shotgun known as the Hydra. It's terrible in 6, it's fine in 5. Okay, so Helena uses up all her ammo. What can she do? She can punch until her stamina runs out, and then she has to run away like little chicken shit, or else she'll die. And Leon can just knife him to death. No biggie, no problem, you know. Also, Sherry doesn't even get a knife. She gets a stun stick. You can charge it up, but it's not as... I don't feel it's good enough. Jake doesn't get one. The way that they handled what gun belongs to who is a little strange, because the character who gets the gun and keeps it only has, like, they start off with a gun. Like with Jake, it's his fists, you know, and the elephant gun, right? So he can keep the fists, but he has it to start off with, and you only learn to use it in the third chapter of the game. And then, and the last chapter too. It tells you how to use, like, the punches in the last chapter of the game. Like, I think I would have figured it out by now. Sure, it's a new direction for that game to develop. Hopefully another better game will come out of this. And they probably won't name it Resident Evil 7 because, 7 games, 1 series, that's too many. They would name it something like Resident Evil Degeneration, and it would be considered like the 7th. Yeah, I know, that's a movie title. You could only get hit 5 times at most, okay? If I was playing normal on 5, I could get hit more than 5 times. It's stupid. There's also no Sheva and no Jill. Sheva was in the helicopter with Chris. Where the hell is Chris? Okay, he's in a bar, starting off, alright? There's no Sheva. Where did Sheva go? No one knows. Oh, maybe she's in the DLC. Where's Jill? I thought Jill was supposed to be with Chris too. Strange. Maybe they'll be in the DLC. Also, ResidentEvil.net is the only way to get the second costume of a character, and it's the most expensive thing on the website. Like, it's not real money, it's points you get for beating the game, levels and whatnot. It's updated so slowly currently, it's just a pain in the ass. It's really, really annoying. It costs 60,000 points, and typically your login bonus a day is 1 to 2,000. But they have events, which there's one going on right now, and it's the second one, but there's no first one. I don't know. The story is so incredibly random and stupid. Like, what does it solve? Like, there's no continuation of the story from the last one. It's Neo Umbrella. Neo translates to new, literally. New Umbrella. Oh, and Wesker's son. Wesker's son holds the cure to stop New Umbrella. Okay, I saw a little irony in that. But couldn't they think of a better idea? That's exactly like 5. You have to stop Wesker, who is in head of Umbrella. It's the exact same thing. I also don't like it how they don't subsection it. Like, there's 5 chapters. There were 6 chapters in Resident Evil 5, but they had 1-1, 1-2, 1-3. There was no 1-3, I lied. But they don't do that in 6. Still better than Raccoon City. My favorite anime is Barney. I like motorbikes, but I don't have a Harley. I smoke more weed than Bob Marley. I like breakfast, so I make eggs with a side of Kevin Bacon. No bread, 'cause I'm greater than the sliced bread.